come today not just as a director of a Washington office. I come today as a former pastor just 10 months ago. I saw the soup lines and the bread lines. We stood with the poor and those who were broken, despised, dejected, demeaned, and damned on the edges of life. The hurt, the pain, those who lost their jobs, the middle class whose homes were foreclosed on and found themselves in soup lines and soup kitchens, and some are in tents on hills in California. And yet amid all of that, we're talking about now cutting even further those who have been here to bear the burden in the heat of the day. There is something wrong with that. There is something spiritually wrong with that. And that means that the spiritual community must move, must be active, not only here in Washington, but on the ground. We must empower people to do the work of resisting this temptation to become marginalized by political parties, and to declare that there is a new day when God's people will stand and give reason and resonance to a new awakening in this society. Amen. That demands a new course of action. Amen. And so even when we look at the global response to this budget, reminded of what will take place on that front, our inability to be first responders in the midst of disasters, our inability to be able to ensure food security, our inability as a nation to be able to champion the causes of those who have been left behind and locked out all across the globe. We talk about restoring the right to be number one, but it is not being number one in power. The power we are talking about is not born out of domination and control. It is not born out of measuring life from the top down, but instead from the bottom up. The kind of power we are talking about walks with those who cannot walk for themselves, stands with those who cannot stand for themselves, gives reason and rhyme and possibility beyond the brokenness of life, and declares that there's a new day being ushered in. We begin that today as a faith community, and we ought to thank God for giving us this opportunity.